I always wanted to go fast. Downhill skateboarding felt quite natural to me. After that adrenaline rush, all of a sudden you're like, I feel more alive.
This show is about skating and talking to skaters about mental health. We did an episode on how pro skater Ben Raymer's tragic death sparked a mental health movement and decided we should let more people talk about the struggles in their minds. This film is about one of the world's best downhill skateboarders, Jenny Showerty, who is part of a crew called the Wolf Women and has been vocal about her fight against eating disorders and depression.
She was skating for only 1 year, but she was already super fast.
Suddenly, she was second best woman worldwide. It was like, wow, crazy.
That was pretty epic to see my name like on second in the world. I was in the Philippines. My phone rang. It was my mom. And she said, hey Jen, I have something to tell you, some bad news. I felt myself getting less stable.
He kept asking, where am I? Where should I be? Where's my home?
My eating disorder came back.
If you take skating from Jenny, it makes her sad again. So what's worse? When she falls and hurts herself? Or is it worse that she is depressive again?
We call ourselves the Wolf Women. People that do the same crazy things are the ones that really understand you.
Car! Stop! Stop! Sorry.
It's just so busy. It's important, the safety of the girls, because there's a lot of traffic here, so I like to be safe.
Okay, it's clear. Clear.
You have to be very focused because if you miss a car or something, it's the life of your friend.
You're a little bit scared, of course, but then when you get to the bottom, you're like, oh my God, let's go again. So you really have to be in the moment. There's nothing else around you that matters. It's just you going down and the board, and that's it. That's why I think it's really healing, because you have nothing else to think about in that moment, because if you do, you probably crash. So if I don't feel good, I know that skateboarding will help me. I just need some fresh air to go fast on something. Those are the things that makes you feel alive.
She was never the type to go hiking a lot. That's not Jenny. She always wants fun and action. So she always needs a board under her feet. Yeah, she needs the adrenaline, I think.
Go get it. I love this guy. I was about 6 years old when we moved here. We were the foreigners, so it was like a little bit difficult to integrate. I remember when I was in school, all the girls, they always found like a group of girls to then pick on one of them, and I was usually one of them. I don't know, I really felt judged for my creativity and my weirdness. I was bullied, basically, when I was young, and that didn't feel good at all. Like, of course not.
Look, that's mom and dad in Austria. It's so cool, so old school.
So I think those glasses are in trend.
Yes. In one winter, we went to Arlberg, to St. Anton. I think that was the first time I really realized, oh my God, I think there is a big problem. Because she started going to the toilet after every dinner. And I followed her, and I knocked on the door and said, like, what's going on? And she's like, what? What's going on? Nothing's going on, everything's cool. But I realized, no, that's not normal. So at some point, I started talking to my parents. I said, can't you see she has a big problem? We have to help her. She's going thinner and thinner, and I'm really scared about her health.
I didn't learn to talk. That's one thing in our family, which was something we never did. Emotions were sort of pushed aside a little bit. I didn't know how to handle myself at all, and nobody tells you, you know, you have to figure it out yourself. When I was 20, 21 years old, I had like a sort of, I don't know, emotional breakdown. I was alone with all these emotions. It made me feel so bad that I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to eat. I didn't sleep either. I was so full of emotion. At some point in the middle of the night, I called my mom and I said, "Mom, I'm not good. I need help."
She said, on her own, I really need help because I don't want to live anymore.
I went to like a institution trying to figure out what's going on with me. Actually, just the fact that someone decided to help me and put me somewhere where someone looks after me made me feel better. Right after that, I decided to go to London and have a new start, away from the voice there saying what you're supposed to do, what's the correct thing to do. I had to go and figure out me. Who am I? What am I doing? Why am I feeling like this? It wasn't easy at all. I was a bit lost in the beginning, especially. They accepted me at Central St. Martin's, which was pretty cool. I started writing my master thesis about adrenaline and how it can influence our emotions. And I was looking at different sports and I found downhill skateboarding and I was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. I didn't know people do this. I thought, okay, I need to at least try this if I write about it. So I went to one of the little back streets in Greenwich Park. It wasn't a steep hill or anything, but enough to get some speed on the board. I did like a bunch of runs where I just fell on my face, crashed a lot. And then I did a slide after like 20 tries or something. And that feeling was a super good feeling. And I thought, okay, I need to do this more often, I think. I started going to races because I started getting better and faster, and I definitely started reaching a level that I could say, okay, I'm faster than others and I'm better than guys even sometimes, you know.
I don't remember the first video I saw, but I remember my reactions like, this is crazy. It scares the shit out of me.
We were always in worry that something might happen. This frightened me.
Of course, we were worried, but it's Jenny. You can't stop her.
Ladies and gentlemen, this place is ridiculous. I explored the world, not only my own inner world, but also the world.
She traveled a lot. At some point, I didn't know where she was on this planet.
We traveled to Asia, to South America, all over Europe.
And then she was back to London, working a little bit, earning some money, and then flying again.
This one is from Peru. This was in Italy. This one, I think it's Siete Curvas. I think it's in Brazil. Don't even remember where this was. At some point, I managed to get second world champion, 2016 actually, and 2018.
Suddenly, she was second best woman worldwide. It was like, whoa, wow, crazy.
I was proud of her, of course. I was proud of her and I told her.
That was pretty epic to see my name like on second in the world. Best female rider was pretty cool. I was on the way from Indonesia to the Philippines, and I was staying in a really shitty old room. And when I woke up, I saw a message on my phone of my sister that I could please call her back if I see this.
It was the worst moment ever. At some point at night, we reached her.
My phone rang, and it was my mom. And she said, "Hey Jen, I have something to tell you. Some bad news."
We had the phone in the middle and heard her voice, and we told her what happened.
And then my mom was like, "It was your dad." And the whole world just crashed.
It was terrible because we had to tell her this and she was all by herself.
My dad had a heart attack. He was cycling, you know, he was fit, he was young. Like, I couldn't believe it. And I was like alone in this hotel room.
Jenny, where are the flamingos? Where are the birdies? There they are.
When I was back and everything was just so sad, I also felt myself getting less stable. My eating disorder came back. After 2 weeks of being here and all this sadness, I went back to the Philippines actually to skate with my friends.
We didn't understand it in the beginning, why she left. She especially left our mom alone.
But that was like escaping. I know now.
She just went to the Philippines because all of her good friends were there. She could distract herself.
I knew that stepping back on my board will bring me to good thoughts again, more healthy thoughts, less destructive. I started working for a motorsport magazine, but then after a while they went bankrupt and couldn't pay me anymore. I kept working and thinking it will come, but it never did. So in the end, he owes me a lot of money. I was without a home, without money, and I lost my father too, so I was not in a good place. I just sort of broke down. I decided, okay, I cannot afford paying rent in London anymore, so I left my flat and I moved into my van. I think it was a good choice to leave London behind. Also, it's kind of flat, London. So I thought I'd rather be somewhere next to the mountains where I can just decide to go and skate. But it was also pretty difficult and I felt lonely sometimes just being in the van. I started driving around, going up the mountains and skating. I saw all these like-minded girls that skate pretty much my level, which was like, oh my God, this is amazing. There's some girls around that are like me, that do the same crazy stuff. The Wolf Women are one of the most important things in my life.
I think we met in Belgium first time. There was this local skate event, and then Jenny showed up, and then another event in Norway, and Jenny was there again. Somehow we ended up all together in the same place.
The time when I lost my father, I had pretty dark times again. Traveling with these girls, it really helped me a lot.
And I know if I would feel bad, I can always let you girls know. We can talk about everything. I feel like you're always gonna be there for support.
You learn that life goes on and that life comes back too. That was one thing that really helped me get along with losing someone so important. With mental health, I think you need to work on yourself consistently.
The most important thing to do if you know someone is around you having problems, struggling with herself, is not to look away. Start talking with them. Don't just pretend there is no problem.
In the end, it's only you. It's just all on you. You're the only one who can help you. That's one thing you really learn. I'm the one who can help me the best.